Entering old age is a phase of life that should be filled with peace, happiness, and meaningful relationships. However, not everyone around us brings positive energy. At this stage, it's important to be more selective about the social environment we keep. Avoiding people who bring negative influence isn't about being selfish. It's a way to protect our mental well-being and ensure a better quality of life. In our later years, time and energy become more valuable. That's why spending them with people who appreciate and support us is far more meaningful. A peaceful life isn't just about being physically healthy, it's also about having a heart and mind free from unnecessary emotional burdens. In this video, allow me to share 4 types of people you should avoid in your golden years. A manipulator is someone who uses cunning or deceptive tactics to influence, control, or take advantage of others for their own personal gain. They typically don't show their true intentions openly and often manipulate emotions, information, or situations to get what they want. Manipulation can happen in many types of relationships, including friendships, family, and professional settings. One of the main traits of a manipulator is their ability to make others feel guilty, doubtful, or question their own judgment. They can be very persuasive and often use techniques like gaslighting, making someone doubt their own reality or memories, playing the victim, pretending to be the one who's hurt, or love bombing, showering someone with excessive attention early on to create emotional dependence. They're skilled at reading other people's emotions and using them as tools for control. Being involved with a manipulator can be extremely damaging to one's mental and emotional well-being. Victims often feel mentally drained, lose self-confidence, and struggle to tell right from wrong. That's why it's important to recognize the signs of manipulation early and learn to set healthy boundaries in your relationships. Developing assertiveness and maintaining personal integrity are key steps to protect yourself from the harmful effects of manipulators. A self-centered person is someone who prioritizes their own needs, desires, and interests above those of others. They tend to view the world from a personal perspective and often disregard how their actions affect those around them. This behavior can show up in many ways, such as being unwilling to share, constantly seeking attention, or lacking empathy for other people's feelings. People who are self-centered are often driven by a fear of loss, a need to feel superior, or a desire to control situations. They may believe that if they don't look out for themselves, no one else will. While this mindset can sometimes stem from past experiences or trauma, it often leads to conflict in social relationships because it comes across as selfish and inconsiderate of others. In the long run, someone who consistently puts themselves first may struggle to build healthy, lasting relationships. Their social circle may shrink as people begin to distance themselves. To overcome this trait, it's important for the individual to learn how to recognize others' feelings, build empathy, and understand that true happiness often comes from giving and caring, not just receiving. People who tend to criticize often have a keen eye for detail and set certain standards for things. They are quick to notice flaws or inconsistencies in others' actions, ideas, or work results. In some cases, this can be a positive trait, as constructive criticism can encourage improvement and personal growth. Such individuals are often considered perfectionists or possess sharp critical thinking skills. However, if not conveyed properly, the habit of criticizing can have negative effects. Excessive or harsh criticism can hurt others' feelings and create disharmony in relationships, especially when criticism lacks solutions or a genuine intention to help. The person receiving it may feel belittled or unappreciated. Therefore, it is important for those who like to criticize to learn to express their opinions with empathy and wisdom. On the other hand, critics can also be a source of inspiration and learning for those around them, especially if their criticism is objective and based on adequate knowledge. In a professional environment, for example, such individuals can help maintain work quality and motivate team performance improvements. The key is how they manage to deliver criticism in a way that remains productive and does not hurt others. A person who is irresponsible is someone who tends to avoid obligations or tasks they should carry out. They often disregard the consequences of their actions and don't care about the impact they have on others or the environment around them. In the workplace, for example, such individuals tend to procrastinate, blame others when mistakes occur, and don't show initiative to improve the situation. Irresponsibility can manifest in various aspects of life, whether in personal relationships, family, or social environments. Within a family, someone who is irresponsible may neglect their role as a parent, partner, or child. This can create disharmony and emotional burden for other family members. In social interactions, they may frequently break promises, fail to meet commitments, or only think about themselves without considering the needs of others. It's important to understand that irresponsible behavior not only harms those around them, but also harms themselves in the long run. A lack of responsibility can hinder personal and professional growth, as well as damage their reputation and the trust others place in them. To become a better person, one needs to learn to face the consequences of their actions and develop a sense of responsibility as part of maturity. As we approach old age, we increasingly realize that peace of mind is far more valuable than the meaningless hustle and bustle. At this stage, choosing an emotionally healthy environment becomes a must. We no longer have the time for relationships filled with pretense, unhealthy competition, or words that only hurt. Instead, we need people who bring peace, sincerity, and mutual respect. Therefore, it's perfectly fine to gradually distance ourselves from those who continuously bring negative energy, whether through demeaning behavior, hidden intentions, or a presence that only stirs unease. Old age should be filled with simple joys and meaningful connections. Choose to be surrounded by love, not pretense.